Hello everyone, Sheila Willis here. I call myself from the housewife from the bush, the accidental entrepreneur, but really what my passion is telling stories, and in particular the stories of Alberta history. So even though I'm created a heritage app for the entire province with 600 communities, I'm not very technologically driven. Say for instance this, I think it's backwards because that's how I see it. So if it is, I apologize. It's ingon.ca. I can read backwards, so maybe I'm being dyslexic, I don't know. But I'm starting to collect my storytelling avenues on this website. So first thing, and I'm gonna start right from the beginning, I'm just basically somebody trying to tell the stories without any of the bells and whistles to do so. So bear with me, okay? Provincial Archives of Alberta, one of my very favorite places. I honestly wish they'd put a hostel in this thing so I could travel 2 hours to Edmonton, just stay there for 3, 4, 5 days and never leave the building. That's my dream vacation. I love this place. But I have to tell you that the very first time I walked through the doors, I was scared to death. I had visions of these old ladies with the tight pulled back buns and the look that was gonna, make you shiver in your boots practically and go shh every time I walked across the floor. What I found was entirely different. What a nice and friendly staff. So if you ever need anything or you're looking for something to do with your history, Alberta history, the staff there are just wonderful. They'll do everything in their power to help you out. And I'm gonna say that pretty well goes for every archives that I've ever been to in Alberta. Just great people. So this has a lot of records, and I've been told that I have a knack for finding the weirdest of things, actually. That's almost a direct quote. But I tend to squirrel, so when I go in, I'm looking for one thing and I might find another. So I give you a little background on me and why I got interested in history. This Mirror Landing / Smith is where I live. And we're right at the junction of the Lesser Slave and the Athabasca rivers. Now the Lesser Slave River starts here, winds its way down, and comes out onto the Athabasca about there. It's a really shallow river, very windy, and it's also the only outlet out of Slave Lake. So starting in the fur trade days, and probably long before that when Indigenous people were using it, because the Lesser Slave is the only outlet from the lake, that was the way north when rivers were highways. So you'd come either up or downstream from the Athabasca River, go across the lake, up into here, which is not on the map. Then you had to go overland to Peace River. So you literally took this route to get to Fort Dunvegan, Fort Vermilion, Fort Chipewyan even. Like it was quite the route. It was the major route north. So that's only one piece of our history, and as I do these videos, you'll probably learn all about it. So we'll stick with that one right now, Mirror Landing. Because one of the fellows that helped establish Mirror Landing as a steamboat town was James Cornwall. I call this guy my history hero. Some people might know him as Peace River Jim or the Apostle of the North. But he was very instrumental in a lot of development of Alberta, but he was also, I think, as best as he could be, an ally for the Indigenous people. He attended Treaty 8 signing in 1899 and was later to write an affidavit about that experience that's often used today in documentation on what was written and what was said, or sort of two entirely different things. But anyways, he was involved in transportation. So Mirror Landing was a steamboat town that he helped develop. And this is a picture of Mirror Landing from one angle. And this is, this is Athabasca Forwarding Company. So the boats were essentially docking here, other than this one that's looks like it's either being built or torn down or something. But anyway, this is Mirror Landing, which is a site bigger than Smith is today, which is a railway town. I'm gonna give you another angle of this. This was the original boat docking spot in here. So the picture I just showed you is almost from this angle here. So this size of boat, they're trying to get up the Lesser Slave River. And even before this boat was ever thought of, the Hudson's Bay Company was literally dynamiting the Lesser Slave River, trying to get their steamboats up it. So our river's been dynamited at least 3 or 4 times. The boulders have been removed. Like, yeah, they really went to town trying to do that. Now, Cornwall sold, before Mirror Landing, he sold his fur trading post, which he had with Fletcher Breton. They were Breton and Cornwall posts, to Revillon Brothers, and I hope I say that right. They were a French fur trading company. So in the Provincial Archives, I found photo albums from Revillon Brothers, and they're really cool. There's 3 microfiche films. I could just spend days still going through them. But I'm looking for information on Mirror Landing, the boats, anything I can find. But in particular, I was curious, what in the world are wing dams? So wing dams in here have also been built in intervals along the river in order to divert the current into the artificial channel. What's a wing dam? Got an idea, I've never seen a picture of one, so I went looking. And I found one through the Revillon Brothers photo albums at the Provincial Archives. There's your slug again. So I'm assuming there was 26 sets of these. I'm guessing that somewhere on the opposite side of the river there's a matching one, because I've read accounts of 26, 25, and also 50. Well, 25 was half of 50, so I'm guessing they came in sets. Notice the word guess. Anyways, that's not why I'm doing this video. Carry on. This is the photo album that I found these in. And I wanted to point it out very specifically that yes, it does exist, because for the next picture that happened during my squirreling, I was accused of photoshopping it, and I didn't. It was that odd. So here it is. Totems at Grand Rapids, Athabasca River. When I saw this, my jaw literally dropped. Never heard of anything like this. So to see it from a photograph that was probably taken between, I'm gonna guess around 1909, 1912, somewhere in there, was just what happened. So I'm gonna do you a favor. I blew up this spot to show you how weird this is. Ta-da! What are they? What were they there for? Who did them? Nobody seems to know. We've got a lot of theories, but no documentation to go with them, other than that bit about totems along the Athabasca River at Grand Rapids. So this is one of my curiosities, my history mysteries. I want to know, how did these guys get up there? And one thing you probably don't know about the Grand Rapids, go to Grand Rapids Wilderness Adventures on Facebook or other social medias, or their website. They got some amazing pictures of these boulders. I'm assuming these are painted on rocks that have come down off the banks and are just littered on the ground. Like, it's an amazing place to be. Never been there, it's on my bucket list. But yeah, like, don't know. So go to ingon.ca if you have any information or clues to do with this, because there's several very interested parties in identifying what in the world this really was, and help us solve this history mystery. So again, you will find my information at ingon.ca, and I'm now have a magazine, other things. You're going to find all that information here if you want to follow along. So have a great day and help me solve a mystery in history. Bye. Here's my housewife from the bush, non-technical person. Just let me turn it off.